and welcome to Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. Well, we have a very, very, very exciting week coming up as we are going on our week-long field trip to the Schools in Pools program where students are receiving swim lessons this week. So there was some very important information on Dojo, but I'm also going to have it on here and on the newsletter, which means that it's very important. In order for the field trip to be a success, this information is going to be very important for you to know all week. Please make sure that your child is wearing appropriate swim attire. So we would prefer a one-piece bathing suit for the ladies and then just swim trunks for the gentlemen. They're asking that you have no cotton shirts or like cotton shorts, so that if you that you only wear bathing suit material shorts and then like a dry fit rash guard type of shirt if you're interested in your child wearing a shirt. They do need to bring dry clothes every day to school to change back into, a plastic bag for their wet items, their hair. If they have long hair, the hair has to be tied back, and then they can bring goggles and a swim cap if they would like. Also, it's going to be really important that they bring a towel to school every day so that they have a way to dry off and to wrap up on their way home on the bus. Swimmers will need to wear the swimsuit to school every day, so this is a really important one. Make sure they're coming to school dressed for the swimming lessons, even though our swimming lessons are not until 10:50. They can just sit in their bathing suits in the classroom all day. If they need to wear a jacket, of course they could if they were cold. But they need to wear their swimming trunks to school every day. That we just don't have the time to have every student in second grade changing into their swim trunks at school. If you would like your child to wear sunscreen, it's a requirement that they wear it, that they have it on when they come to school. It's considered a medication, and so we're not able to apply sunscreen to your children at school. Students should bring something to recover up their swimsuit for the return of the trip, whether that be a towel or a swimsuit cover, so that they have a way to be covered up on the bus, because we'll be riding back on the bus with them kind of wet. They'll be changing at school. Students have to wear shoes to school every day, but they may wear flip-flops or other sandals that are easy to get on and off, or water shoes. But again, they do have to wear shoes in order to be able to get on the bus and go to the school or at school, and then whenever they get into the pool, like from the bus to the pool. It's a 5-day program, so students will be able to go on this field trip every single day. That they will provide water and swim and water safety that are being taught by certified instructors, swim instructors. Students are going to be monitored very closely by lifeguards, the swim instructors, and the teachers from the school. So please rest assured that your child will be watched and will be monitored the entire time that they are in the pool. Also, if they are roughhousing and not participating, they will be asked to get out of the pool, and that could jeopardize the rest of their week of going swimming. So please make sure that you talk to your child leading up to this field trip about proper expectations and how they should remain in a controlled body in the pool. This is a swim lesson, not just free swimming like you would go to a public pool to swim or your private pool. So just know that there are going to be very strict rules, and if they are removed from the pool, then they will sit out for the remainder of the swim lesson. And then finally, we will be off campus every day from 10:50 to 11:35, in the exception of Friday, where we will be off campus from 8:30 until after 12. So that's all for pools and schools. I know that it was a lot of information. It is in writing via Dojo, so if you need to see it, and it will also be in Todd Times in writing. So just make sure that you're following all of those expectations every day for your child to have the most successful time on the field trip. Another date this week that you should have on your calendar, if you have a rising kindergartner, whether that's you, your neighbor, or someone that you know has a rising kindergarten student. Our rising kindergarten event is this coming Tuesday, May the 20th, from 4 until 6 at Castle Hayne Elementary. Students will be screened for kindergarten that day, as well as receiving tours of the school and meeting our current kindergarten teachers. Up next is Looking Ahead, where you will hear all the dates for the future of our school and our classroom that run from now until the end of the school year. Make sure that you have Monday, May the 26th marked on your calendar, as there will be no school for staff or students in observance of Memorial Day. So just make sure that you plan accordingly, as there will be no school that day. Our end of the year celebration is going to be June 4th. That's a Wednesday from 1 until 2 p.m. We're excited to invite you to our classroom for a fun afternoon of celebrating a successful school year. We'll have a award ceremony, some snacks, and then a really special surprise that I'm always excited to share with families at the end of the year. And then finally, make sure that you have June the 6th on your calendar, as it is the last day of school for students, and there will be a 12 o'clock dismissal that day. It is a Friday. So that's June the 6th, Friday, June the 6th, and it's a 12 o'clock dismissal. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all the things that your child is going to learn in the classroom this week. Our attendance fact for the week is that 40% of North Carolina elementary schools have 30% or more of their students that are chronically absent, meaning that 40% of the schools in North Carolina have over 30% of their students within the school that are missing 18 or more days of school each school year. Make sure that your child is not a part of that statistic by getting them to school every single day. In Eureka Math, we're finishing up Unit 6 this week, and students have been learning about the foundations of multiplication through arrays and equal groups, as well as even and odd numbers. Our final benchmark assessment will begin this week on Thursday, and testing will continue through next week. In Foundations, we will continue the final unit of Foundations, Unit 17, which is syllable type LE. And so students will be learning about that syllable type and how it's mixed with all of our other syllable types this week. The final home packet will be coming home with your child tomorrow. And then finally, in reading, we're covering and we're reading and studying poetry. Students will be learning about elements of poetry, figurative language, rhythm, and rhyme. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Room 120 News. Please remember that school is not over quite yet, and that we will be learning up until the last couple of days of school. So please make an effort to have your child at school every day and continue to do the homework at home, as it is vital to your child's success next year. Again, thank you so much for watching this episode of Room 120 News. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.